Hello and welcome. I am doing this live without much of an announcement, and the reason for that is I did not plan for this to uh, happen at this time, but I said, why not do it even if you
Hello and welcome.
even if you are not watching it right now. uh, you will be able to watch it later. So what I have here is the sketch which I will be using for painting. This is what I sketched a few minutes ago, and I'll be painting it right here. And this time I'm choosing a square format, or at least approximately square format. I'm not even measuring that. So this will be the outer line. I'll be painting inside this. And so if you are watching this live, you can get your paints out and start painting with me, or you can watch me and paint the same scene later. If you are watching this as a recording, then you can pause this right now. You can get your colors and brushes out and paint with me. I am doing these kind of live sessions very frequently these days. So if you are interested, you can go to my channel, which is youtube.com/mandarmarte fine art, and there you will find playlist. I'll also post a link of that playlist in the description below. So if you are watching this live, you can come back to this video maybe after a few hours, and by that time I would have updated that playlist information in the description of this video so that you can watch it. And if you are watching this as a recording, you can always find it even now, because I must have updated it before you watched it. Anyway, so and on Facebook also there is a playlist which you can watch to see all the lives that I'm doing in these days. So what I'm doing right now is just sketching out the same thing here, and also getting familiar with the shapes in this painting so that it's easier for me to paint when I start painting it. So very simple scene, nothing very complex about it. Now let me get my palette ready so that you can see how I'm painting. So let's start with the darks. I'm using this ultramarine blue as my blue. I always like to paint in a limited palette, which means just two or three colors, maybe four. That keeps the color harmony intact. I don't have to strive a lot to achieve that. So I'm just laying in the darks on these trees. There's no color information in this sketch, which is the way I like to paint, because then I like to imagine the colors. Of course, if you are new to painting, you might find this a bit challenging, but it's, if you ask me, it's kind of liberating, because you don't have to mix exactly same colors. You're not, because you don't have any reference of that, you don't have to worry at all. So I'm making up the colors on this, in this painting. So that's what I'm doing. The light is coming in from this side, so that's the reason these trees will have their right hand side lit up. And I haven't painted any highlights here, just painted the darks and midtones. I'll come to the highlights later. Now let's paint the shrubs. The way I like to paint is using watercolors plus gouache white, which gives me ability to get different effects which otherwise watercolor doesn't allow you to do or to get. Plus I get the feel of painting in oils or acrylic, which are very similar because they are opaque. So wherever needed, I add white, gouache white, to make it transparent. Sorry, opaque. And when not needed, I use the watercolors as it is or as they are in a transparent fashion. So that's how I like to use my colors. What I'm doing here is I'm going to, on modifying the same pool of colors in a fashion that I need the colors. So I always say that values are more important in painting than the actual hue or the color. And that's very true. I've also learnt it from my teachers. If you can control your values properly, the colors are not so important. And because the light is coming in from this side, the mountain also will be lit more from this side. me just check if there are any comments for a few minutes. I'll do that. By that time, this also will dry a bit. Just give me a few minutes. Something went wrong. Anyway, now let's get back to painting. Now I need to paint the land, and I would like to paint that with a warm yellow color. And let's see how this looks. I'll go ahead with this and let's see if we need to modify it later on. Now I need to make the upper portion of this small hillock a bit more bright or brightly lit. Carry that color to some extent here also. Now let's paint. I need a reddish color. There is some red color here. This is the path. So it's going around this small hillock. And now I'll use the same brush to soften the edge so that some of this grass is partially covering this road. Now I need to make a dark color, and let's add a bit of red for these tree trunks. And I can use similar color for the shadow. And I think I need to lighten up some area of the grass. So I'll do that with this color. And these small sketches are nothing but experiments to try out different themes. There might be things which I like about them and might want to bring them or make them into larger paintings, or I might just like this sketch and keep it as it is, or I might have to modify a lot many things if I want to make this into a larger piece. So there's nothing which is pre-planned. Whatever happens, just adjust according to that and carry on. I need to make these trees a bit light on one side, even the ones which are here, because the light must be falling on these two. And let's go to the sky now. Sky would be less of blue and a lot of white. And I'll throw in some of these things which are called the sky holes. And as we go up, it will be darker blue or more vibrant blue also. This side of the sky also will be lighter because of the light, and the other side would be slightly more intense blue, even towards the horizon. Now it's time to add some or reinstate the darks. So I'll choose a smaller brush and let's make a dark here. Now when I paint, it'll be the second layer on most of these areas. So it'll be much darker than earlier. And that's enough of an illusion of shadow and lit side. Now let's add some or rather reinstate the lighter side of the trees. I think we are coming closer and closer to the completion. Mhm. Need some texture here, so I'm just brushing it off. I think I'll stop here and just outline the painting again. And I think that's it. You can see that this is the sketch which I made in the beginning, and based on that I painted this. So you can see, I think you could see the progression from a sketch to a painting, and I did not have any reference photo. So I have invented the colors, whatever they are here. So there is nothing which, if you paint this way, then there is no way anyone can say that, oh, this color doesn't look like the one in real life, because all of this is imaginary. So it, just as it's important to paint scenes by looking at those scenes in real life or from photograph, it's also a good exercise to do reference sketches from multiple sources. So look at different photographs, different scenes, and create one sketch based on different elements from them, and then try to paint the scene with your own colors. So invent the colors what could be there and then paint it. So that's a good exercise for your color mixing skills also, and also for overall practice of painting. So I hope you liked this video, and you will try to paint this if you haven't been painting with me. So if you are watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button so that you will be notified whenever I'm doing this live again. And also, if you are on Facebook watching this on my Facebook page, then you should follow my Facebook page so that you get notified. So that's it for today. I hope to see you next time very soon. So till then, happy painting. Thank you.